Buddhism's rejection of a creator God often strikes many as radical, but it may offer precisely the perspective that modern seekers need. In a world saturated with external solutions and divine promises, Buddhism's focus on inner transformation is a breath of fresh air. This exploration delves deep into why the Buddha remained silent on God, the transformative power of self-reliance, and how these teachings intersect with contemporary life. 1. The Buddha's silence, prioritizing practical liberation over metaphysical debate. The Buddha's silence on the existence of God was not accidental. It was strategic, rooted in the belief that speculative metaphysical questions distracted from the urgent matter at hand, human suffering and liberation. Consider this analogy, famously used by the Buddha himself. If you were struck by a poisoned arrow, would you delay removing it to ask who shot it, what the arrow was made of, or why it was fired? Or would you focus solely on pulling it out and healing? This pragmatic approach mirrors the mindset of leaders like Steve Jobs. Jobs, despite being deeply spiritual, often spoke about the importance of focusing on what's essential. He famously disregarded unnecessary board meetings, believing that time and energy should be devoted to what drives results, not to endless speculation. Like the Buddha, Jobs was more interested in the immediate, transformative work at hand. Buddhism's core mission is not to explain the cosmos, but to offer a practical path to enlightenment, one that anyone can walk regardless of their beliefs about God. 2. Self-reliance, the power lies within. One of the most revolutionary tenets of Buddhism is its rejection of divine salvation. Unlike many religious traditions that emphasize the necessity of external intervention, Buddhism insists that the power of transformation lies within each individual. The Buddha's final words, "Be a lamp unto yourself," encapsulate this message. Rather than placing faith in a deity, Buddhism teaches that each person possesses the capacity for awakening. This self-empowerment resonates deeply in modern culture, particularly among figures who attribute their success to personal responsibility and resilience. Consider Oprah Winfrey. Oprah often speaks about the power of owning your journey, emphasizing that no one is coming to save you. Her rise from poverty to media mogul was driven by self-reliance and an unwavering belief in her ability to shape her destiny. This mirrors the Buddhist path, personal effort, inner work, and an understanding that liberation is a result of one's actions and insight. The story of Angulimala, a feared murderer turned compassionate monk, underscores this principle. Angulimala's redemption did not come through divine forgiveness but through personal reflection, responsibility, and transformation. His tale is a testament to the idea that no one is beyond saving through self-awareness and effort. In a world where people often feel powerless, the Buddhist emphasis on self-reliance offers a profoundly empowering perspective, reminding us that the keys to transformation are in our hands, not in the heavens. 3. The illusion of the self, dissolving ego to find true freedom. One of Buddhism's most challenging yet liberating teachings is the doctrine of anatta, the idea of no self. This teaching dismantles the belief in a permanent, unchanging essence, suggesting instead that human existence is a continuous flow of experiences, thoughts, and emotions. To understand this, consider the metaphor of a river. Is a river ever the same from moment to moment? It flows, shifts, and changes, yet it retains its identity as a river. Similarly, we are not static beings, but ever-changing streams of consciousness. This perspective on selfhood can be revolutionary, especially in an age dominated by ego-driven pursuits. Elon Musk, for example, frequently highlights the impermanence of identity and success. Musk, who has transitioned from tech entrepreneur to space pioneer, often remarks that clinging to titles or past achievements is futile. His fluid approach to identity echoes the Buddhist understanding that we are processes, not fixed beings. By shedding the rigid notion of self, individuals can release the anxieties rooted in ego, fostering humility, compassion, and greater connection with others. This dissolution of boundaries between self and other nurtures empathy, as we begin to see others not as separate entities but as interconnected parts of the same flowing reality. 4. Karma, cause and effect, without divine judgment. In the absence of a divine judge, what governs morality in Buddhism? The answer lies in karma, the law of cause and effect. Karma is not a cosmic reward-punishment system dictated by a deity, but a natural process, akin to planting seeds. Good actions yield positive outcomes, while harmful actions produce suffering. VNBNMC Insider Warren Buffett, who often speaks about long-term consequences and the importance of integrity. Buffett's investment philosophy mirrors the Buddhist understanding of karma: what you sow, you reap. His commitment to ethical business practices underscores the principle that actions inevitably shape one's future. A powerful Buddhist illustration of karma comes from the life of King Ashoka. Initially a ruthless conqueror, Ashoka's awakening to the devastating effects of his actions led him to embrace Buddhism and dedicate his reign to compassion and peace. His story exemplifies the transformative potential of recognizing and altering the trajectory of one's karma. This principle aligns with modern concepts of accountability and personal growth, reinforcing the idea that our future is shaped by the choices we make today. 5. Meditation, direct experience over blind belief. Perhaps the most defining aspect of Buddhism is its emphasis on direct experience. Unlike traditions that rely heavily on faith, Buddhism invites practitioners to test and verify teachings through meditation and introspection. Meditation serves as a laboratory where the nature of the mind is observed firsthand. Through practices like vipassana, individuals witness the impermanence of thoughts, emotions, and sensations, experiencing insights that transcend intellectual understanding. LeBron James is a prime example of someone who incorporates meditation into his daily life to enhance focus and clarity. James often credits mindfulness practices for improving his performance and mental resilience, underscoring the transformative potential of introspection. Buddhism's approach, encouraging self-discovery through direct experience, resonates with the modern scientific mindset, where truth is derived from observation and experimentation, not blind adherence to dogma. VNBNMCNH. The Buddha's teachings in the Kalama Sutta represent one of the earliest endorsements of free thought and skepticism. In this discourse, the Buddha advises: do not believe something simply because you have heard it. Do not follow tradition blindly. Investigate and see for yourself. This radical openness aligns with the values of intellectual leaders like Carl Sagan, who championed the importance of questioning, skepticism, and personal investigation. Sagan's relentless pursuit of knowledge mirrors the Buddhist approach: truth is not dictated by authority but discovered through inquiry and experience. In an era of misinformation, the Kalama Sutta serves as a reminder to cultivate discernment, urging individuals to trust their experiences over external dogma. 7. Embracing impermanence, finding freedom in change. A cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy is the acceptance of impermanence, arni. In Western culture, where stability and permanence are often equated with success, the idea of constant change can feel threatening. Yet, leaders and innovators who thrive often embody this very principle. Take Jeff Bezos, for example. What's dangerous is not to evolve. His willy clinging to what once was leads to suffering, while impermanence is not just a philosophical concept, it's observable in every aspect of life. Relationships evolve, careers shift, and personal identities transform over time. By acknowledging this, we liberate ourselves from the fear of loss. Instead of resisting change, we flow with. This acceptance can be transformative. When we understand that life's joys and hardships are fleeting, we learn to savor the present moment without becoming attached to it. This presence, this mindfulness, lie. A poignant example comes from Nelson Mandela. After, it always seems impossible until it's done. Young circumstances are not permanent, and neither is suffering. By int. 8. Compassion as the ultimate path, the ripple effect of kindness. While much of the Buddha taught that thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. This sentiment echoes ACR. Compassion, in Buddhism. Consider Jacinda Ardern. Compassion is the highest form of strength. Her true leadership stems not from dominance, but from a deep-seated care for others. Buddhist. A striking example of this can be seen in the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi's ahimsa, non-6, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Reflect for compassion, we dissolve the boundaries between self and other, recognizing our shared humanity. In practical terms, compassion enhances emotional intelligence, strengthens relationships, and fosters collective well-being. Neuroscience even supports this. Practicing compassion activates regions of the brain associated with joy and connection. The interwoven path, bringing it all together. As we reflect on these 8 pillars, the Buddha's silence, self-reliance, the illusion of self, karma, meditation, free inquiry, impermanence, and compassion, rather than seeking salvation from an external deity, Buddhism invites us to turn inward, discovering that the answers we seek have always been within. Each T. Self-reliance reminds us. Impermanence teaches that suffering is temporary. Meditation provides. Compassion tra. In. So, why does Buddhism reject the concept of God? Not out of denial, but out of a profound respect for the boundless potential within each human being. In a world hungry for meaning and authenticity, Buddhism's message is clear. Peace is not given. It is cultivated. Liberation is not bestowed. It is discovered. And the path forward. It be.